guys, welcome to my channel. It is Casey. Today I'm going to be taking you through my everyday, which technically I don't wear every day, but I think this is perfect for an everyday look if you like actually care what you look like on a daily basis. This is my everyday makeup look. I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to show you all the products that I use and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. I already moisturized my face. I start by spraying a few spritzes of this Mario Badescu Rose Water spray on my face. And then I use this Glam Glow Volcasmic Matte Glow Moisturizer. It ends up having a really nice light velvety finish. And honestly, if you didn't use primer, you like really wouldn't need it with this moisturizer because it's that good. First step, go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I just put about a pea-sized squeeze onto my finger, rub it in all the areas that need primer the most, which for me is like right next to my nose. That's where I want to like blur and cover my pores the most. Next, I'm gonna use this vitamin E stick just on my lips and then also underneath my eyes. I basically kind of just like pat that in like an under eye cream afterwards. That way it spreads everywhere and wow, the sun is really coming out right now. I need a mirror. Didn't really think that one through. I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I use Cover FX Power Play in color Neutral 20. I've only been using it for like since like last summer basically. Cause last summer I got my hair dyed like kind of blondish with lots of like blonde highlights. My face was getting tanner from like just running more and like being in the sun more often. And then in combination with the blonde highlights, I just felt like I needed a darker foundation. And you're like, darker foundation? What? You literally look like so white. But this is darker than what I was using before. I do kind of have like more of a yellow undertone, which I don't like to accentuate because if I use things that are too yellow, then like my skin literally looks like yellow. The neutral color seems to work really well for having that undertone. Also, I don't do this makeup every day. I do it like maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. I'll usually do it on like weekends if I'm going to lunch with someone or I'm doing something fun or if I'm filming. I usually just put like concealer and powder on if I am going to work or going to class. If I'm going to class, honestly, I wear nothing. I literally just wash my face and leave. Next, I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Basic highlighting areas. For like my acne points, right there, and right there, I use my finger on it and just use like a teensy bit. Tap it right on there. You can see that. I don't like over blend it because I want to make sure that it's covering it. So I'm gonna do the same thing right there. Now I'm gonna do my eyes. I just do a little like swipe. I don't do the whole triangle thing. I only use a tiny bit of concealer because this stuff is strong. A little bit goes a long way. And this honestly is kind of a lot that I'm using. Also, like these products, like they may be expensive, like they could be like $30 to $40, like maybe even $50 for one product, but that product will last you like almost 6 months to like even a year. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and bake everything with my Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. So I just like to get a good chunk of it in the lid area. Just go there with my beauty blender and then put it under my eyes. I basically only bake underneath my eyes and just a teensy bit in other areas. Then I'm just gonna put a teensy bit on my nose, which it doesn't look like a teensy bit in the camera, but I promise it's not that much. And then I just kind of pat down all the areas that I concealed. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Chanel Soleil de Tan Cream Bronzer. This thing is amazing. It's literally so huge too. Like, look at how giant the pan is. I'm using this like bronzing brush. This bronzing brush from IT Cosmetics. And then go in on my cheek area. I'm not really like contouring, but I'm like bronzing in contour areas, if that makes sense. Oh, it's getting sunny outside again. Do the same thing up in my forehead area. I'm just gonna do on the very like edge of my brush, like this edge. I'm just gonna kind of like tap it a little, and then I go in, sorry, I like literally can't look in the camera to do this one, on the sides of my nose, so. And then I just get it on the front too. What I'm going to do is wipe off the baking powder, with this fluffy powder brush. And I'm basically just gonna take it down and then kind of like pat it into the rest of my face to just kind of use that to set everything else. Okay, to blend all that out, I go in with this butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, which smells so good. Ah! I'm gonna take this fluffy brush and literally just bronze everywhere. I'm just gonna bring the bronzer down onto my neck too so that everything matches. We love to match. This MAC blush, it's in the shade Blush Baby. You guys watched my Christmas haul. I got this Pro Contour brush from Sephora, which I am using for blush. I just kind of tap it in like 5 times and then tap off any excess and then really just blend it into my cheeks. Really warms up my face and brings me so much more color. So then I just throw a little bit on the bottom of my forehead, a little bit on the tip of my chin, and then a teensy bit on mainly the tip of my nose. I'm going to do my first setting spray pause. And I use the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. I'm going to apply my highlighter, which is unfortunately, as you can see, very broken. My old makeup bag that I had like literally like a month ago didn't have any pockets in it. So like when I opened it, like everything would basically just fall out. And like both my blush and this broke. And I bought a new blush because the blush was almost out and basically everything broke. This is still usable, so I'm using it. I do really like my highlighter though because it kind of has like some pink tones to it, which like goes well with my blush. I highlight that Cupid's bow, and then I kind of go all the way up my nose, but mainly with the brush. And then I take my finger and just put a teensy bit of highlighter on it and highlight like the little tip. And I blend that out a little because I just feel like it looks like a much more natural highlight when you do it with your hands. See? I just take my beauty blender and go like that. I'm moving on to eye makeup. Now that those lashes are all curled, I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline The Rocket, and I use waterproof because I feel like it holds the curl better. And I really just start at the roots of my lashes and go up. I let it create like literally a giant mess on my eyelids, and then I just wipe it off with a Q-tip and some makeup remover afterwards. And obviously we all have good lash days and bad lash days. Yesterday I had a really good one, so we'll see if today is good again. You can see there's a bunch of stuff all over it. I'll take that off in a little. First, I'm gonna do some other things for my makeup. I use white eyeliner on my waterline. I think that it helps brighten my face and make me look more awake, so I'm just gonna throw it on as I always do. I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara on my bottom lash line. Going to take this little thing that I've had from Ulta for like 100 years, like brush out my eyelashes and then use the other side to brush my brows. Very carefully brush our lashes out. Brush these up to prepare for the eyebrow doings. I use this MAC, it's an eyeshadow. It's in the shade Charcoal Brown, and it's a matte eyeshadow from MAC. I've literally had this since my senior year of high school, which is when I first started filling in my eyebrows. I've had lots of trial and error with that. When I first started doing it, I was doing them too light, and then my freshman year of college, I was doing them way too dark. I'll insert pictures right here. You'll see that they're not cute on either of those times, but now I feel like I have a good balance of like, they're filled in, but they look natural, but they look bold. I use an eyeliner brush, which is also from MAC, to do that and fill them in. A few little dabs of it and go in. Start on the the end of my eyebrow and then work my way to the middle with like the excess. That one is pretty well filled in. Also, my eyebrows are in like a weird little stage right now because I had grown them out like last school year and they looked so good. But then all of a sudden, like when you go to pluck them, I like pluck one eyebrow lash thing, and suddenly I'm like, oh wait, all these other ones are out of place now. So then I go for it and then I'm like, oh shoot, like I did way too much. So now I'm trying to grow them back out again. So as you can see, there's like kind of like some that are half grown in, some that are not. You just really bring it like that. A great piece of advice that I've received before is like, your eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. So like, they don't need to look identical, you know? They just gotta be the best they can each be separately, you know? Now that that is done, which is basically our almost last step, which when I say almost last step, there's like a few more steps. Next, I just go in with, wait for it, once I find it, my Benefit 24-hour brow setter, which has honestly been the biggest game changer of my life. In my opinion, I think it makes my brows look so much better. So I start with like, because it has two sides to the comb, it's like one side has like big bristles and then the other side has little bristles. So I do the big side first and then I flip it, and for some reason the little side tends to have like more liquid on it. And then the little side really just makes your eyebrows like stick to your face. Now I'm gonna use this Target makeup remover and dip one side of this Q-tip into this, just a very small amount. And then I'm just gonna wipe away any of the stuff that got left on there. We are going to do our final spritz for setting the face. I'm gonna take this little lipstick that I got from Bite. It's in the shade Chai. This was actually a birthday gift from Sephora. I just kind of dab it at the bottom, mix it in, dab a little more at the top. I'm going to use my Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. I love this shade, it's literally amazing. You don't even need lipstick under it to make it look fantastic, but I'm just doing it today for fun. That is the final look. Yeah, this is my face. This is the makeup that I put on it. If any of you guys are curious, this is what I do. This is how my face looks the way that it does. I don't know. I'm probably never gonna do another makeup one in the future just because I don't really know how to do anything but this. So this was a once in a lifetime opportunity to watch me do my makeup. I'm really glad that you were here. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, follow me on social media, and I will see you next time.